Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into some really powerful source material on a topic that can be deeply, deeply confusing, the manipulative playbook of the covert narcissist. Using insights from the work of Lee Leblanc, we're going to break down exactly how this works, step by step.
This metaphor really hits home for a reason. We're about to explore a relationship dynamic that feels exactly like this. It's this exhausting game where you're kept constantly off balance, and the rules, they seem to change the second you think you figure them out.
So to understand the game, you first have to understand the player. And we're not talking about the obvious in-your-face narcissist. The covert type is way more subtle. They operate behind this carefully crafted mask of sweetness or vulnerability, which makes their manipulation just incredibly hard to spot until you're already caught in the trap.
Now, this is super important. This is not about blaming anyone who finds themselves in this kind of situation. Not at all. It's about figuring out which of your positive, admirable traits are being specifically targeted, and more importantly, why.
What's really fascinating in the source material is that the covert narcissist is often drawn to a very specific profile, a type of person we can remember with the acronym PHIL. That's protector, helper, integrity, and loving.
So here's the core insight. This is where it all gets twisted. Your instinct to protect, your desire to help, your integrity, your ability to love, these are wonderful qualities. They are not flaws. But in the hands of a manipulator, they become the very tools that are used against you.
So how does a process like this actually begin? Well, it all starts with phase 1, the lure. This initial stage is designed to get you completely and totally hooked before you can even register what's happening.
And this isn't something that just happens by accident. It's a calculated art form. It starts with what's called sex bombing, creating this intense, almost cinematic connection that feels too good to be true. Then that's followed by this performance of extreme vulnerability, making you feel like you're the only one who can understand her, and all the while she's quietly mapping your entire emotional landscape.
And here is the chilling reality of that emotional mapping. Every single secret you share, every fear you admit to in those moments of what you think is a connection, well, it isn't building a bond. It's providing data. It's all being cataloged and filed away to be used as ammunition against you later on.
Okay, so you've taken the bait, but a good fisherman knows that before they reel you in, they need to set the hook deep. Phase 2 is all about setting an anchor that's so heavy you'll feel like you can never, ever escape.
And this right here is a huge pivot in the dynamic. The currency of the relationship, it shifts from affection to obligation. It's not about winning your love anymore, it's about securing your promise, because your integrity is now the #1 tool for control.
And here's how she does it. She'll suddenly pull away, maybe create some kind of crisis, or play up her fears of being hurt again. This immediately triggers your protector and helper instincts. You rush in to fix it, and right in that moment, she gets that promise. Promise you'll never leave me. Promise you're different. And she'll make you repeat it, over and over, anchoring you with your own words.
So, with the lure set and the anchor dropped, the real game can finally begin. This is that disorienting, abusive cycle of push and pull that's designed to completely wear down your sense of reality. This quote from the source material, it just says it all. If you're constantly confused, always trying to figure out what you did wrong or how to get back to the good times, then you aren't a partner in a relationship. You are the mouse in the cat's game. You'll find yourself dealing with two totally distinct personas. First, there's the sweet goddess, the charming, passionate woman you fell for. She pulls you in close. But then, the crushing critic comes out. She uses all that information she gathered before to push you away, highlighting every single fault and insecurity. And over time, the critic shows up more and more, and that goddess becomes a rare, fleeting glimpse.
And make no mistake, this isn't random behavior. The push-pull cycle has very specific goals. It's designed to confuse you so badly that you start to question your own judgment. It's meant to break down your sense of self, isolate you, and ultimately establish her complete control.
What this all leads to, really, is a fundamental shift in your role. You're no longer seen as a partner. You basically become a possession, an object whose entire job is to manage her emotions and meet her needs, while your own needs, they just become invisible.
So as we look at this cycle, the logical question is, right, why not just leave? If it's so bad, why do so many smart, capable people find themselves completely and utterly stuck?
Well, the answer is as simple as it is tragic. The very things that make you a good person, your integrity, your desire to help,
your protective instincts, those become the bars of the cage. You've been conditioned to believe that leaving would make you a promise breaker, a failure, a bad person.
So you stay for all the wrong reasons. You tell yourself you made a promise, and you can't break it. Or you still hope you can somehow save that vulnerable person you met at the very beginning. Or you confuse this intense, chaotic trauma bond with real love. All of these just keep you playing the game, not living in a healthy relationship.
So given this seemingly impossible trap, what's the end game? I mean, how does anyone break free? Well, the source material is very, very clear on this point.
And this is maybe the hardest but most necessary takeaway. Within the dynamic of this game, there is no happy ending. You cannot fix her, you cannot win her back, you cannot change the rules. The only way to win is to stop playing.
The path forward, according to the source, is a clean break. Step 1, you have to break loose, which means acknowledging the reality of the abuse and making that firm decision to leave. Step 2, don't go back. You have to understand there is no such thing as no strings attached with a narcissist. Any contact is an invitation for the game to start all over again. And step 3, cut all ties. Go no contact as much as you possibly can to protect yourself.
And that really brings us to the ultimate choice. This whole game is designed to make you feel bound by your promise to her. So the final question you really have to ask yourself is this. By staying to honor a promise that was extracted through manipulation, what promise are you breaking to yourself?